Guten Tag! Heute mache ich Apfelstrudel. Today I'm making Apfelstrudel. This beautiful Austrian classic is so good and beloved all over the world. And today I'm making it from start to finish. I have my beautiful dough here and of course my apples and delicious filling. And I am going to make this beautiful Austrian classic all at home. So let's get started. Okay, so to make our Apfelstrudel, first and foremost, I'm going to start by rolling out the dough. So what I've done is I've just laid down a nice clean tablecloth on my countertop, and this is what's going to help me roll out the strudel and eventually roll it up. So I'm going to take a little bit of flour and just dust it. Not too much, but just enough to keep it from sticking. And then I'm going to take about half of my Apfelstrudel dough, just because my counter space is not so big, and I made quite a bit of dough, so. Alright, so now I'm just going to take it and just basically work it into a plate, because with the Apfelstrudel dough, it's really important to roll it out very, very thin. So I'm just kind of giving it a head start right now. Alright, so then I'm just going to take my rolling pin, add just a touch of flour, and start rolling. And what I want is for the Apfelstrudel dough to be nice and thin. So it's going to take definitely some rolling action here, but also I'm going to use my hands to stretch it out a bit. So just like that. I love Apfelstrudel. It's something that I first tried as a kid. It was something my parents introduced me to, and then the older I got and the more I traveled the world, the more I got to taste it in all different parts of the world. And it's just such a special dessert, and I mean, quite frankly, you can eat it any time of day in my opinion, and it's so yummy and so delicious, and I really love it. So making it from home is just the perfect solution actually, because where I live now it's very difficult to find a good strudel. So alright, so now I've rolled it into a nice circle shape. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stretch it with my hands. So I'm literally just going to take the dough and just pull it. Almost similar to like when I'm making a pizza dough and you stretch it and work the dough with your hands, just kind of starting from the middle and then just pulling outwards. So I'm going to continue to do that until I get a nice thin dough. So it definitely takes some effort, and it's nice if you have an extra hand to help you, because then you can, one person can pull one side and the other person can pull another, but you can totally do it on your own by just slowly and patiently taking one side and pulling it out. So see how I'm starting from the middle, I put my hand underneath and then I just pull it out, just like that. So the outward edges are going to be the thickest part. It's very similar to like when you make a pizza crust and you want the crust to be the thickest part of the pizza, but it's just going to be a whole lot thinner than your normal pizza crust. So I'm just going to keep on stretching this until it's completely thin, and then it'll be time to add our delicious apple topping. It's going to be so good. Okay, so now that I have my dough rolled out nice and thin, I am going to make my filling. So I have some apples that I've sliced here, and I'm using Golden Delicious because I like the flavor of them and I like the fact that I don't have to add too much sugar. And then to that, I'm going to add some raisins, just like that. And of course some cinnamon. So I love the flavor of cinnamon. You could also add nutmeg if you like. Just like that, right on top. Super simple. And then I have just some white sugar. And I'm just going to sprinkle just a little bit right on top. Since my apples are already sweet, I don't have to go crazy with the sugar. So now I'm just going to mix it all together. I have a wooden spoon here, until everything is nicely incorporated and all the apples are coated with the cinnamon, sugar, and the raisins are nice and evenly distributed. Oh my goodness, it looks so good already. Apples, cinnamon, sugar, raisins, can't beat that. Already off to a great start. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my filling and I am just going to pile it in a line at the top of my strudel. Just like that. Perfect. That looks great. So good. And now, here's where the tablecloth underneath comes in handy, because now I'm going to start rolling. So what I will do first is I will just gently bring it up just a little bit. Just like that. So the sides meet it. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my tablecloth and gently lift it. So the whole point is to help the rolling process, because if I were to do this on a surface without my tablecloth, I mean, believe me, this dough, it wouldn't make it. So then just gently roll it again, just like that, and then we're going to roll it again until it's all completely rolled up. And just like that, we have our delicious apple strudel. So I'm just going to tuck in the sides of the extra dough that I have here. Just tuck them in nicely, just like that. And then I have my baking sheet here that I've lined with a little bit of parchment, but I'm also going to take a little bit of melted butter and just put it right underneath my strudel to kind of add an extra layer of flavor and also to ensure, double insurance, that it doesn't stick. Just like that. So good. And in the meantime, I have my oven that's been preheating for 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And so my strudel is going to bake for about 40 minutes to an hour, just until it's nicely browned, and it's going to smell and look and taste delicious. So I'm going to take a little bit more of my melted butter. So I just have my brush here and just generously just coat the top of the strudel, right? Oh my goodness, I'm so excited to taste this. This is one of those dishes and desserts that you smell first when it's cooking, and then when you eat it, oh man, the combination, can't beat it. Perfect. Okay, so now my strudel is ready to go into the oven. I'm going to serve it with some nice whipped cream, and we'll have our delicious strudel. It's going to be so good. Okay, so my apple strudel has been baking and it smells amazing. So it's time to take it out of the oven. So excited. Oh man. And check out that beautiful homemade apple strudel. So good. So excited. So I'm gonna go ahead and just take this off of my baking sheet. But before I do that, I'm just gonna take a little bit more of the butter and just coat it right on top. That looks so good. I cannot wait to cut into this. So I'm just gonna gently remove it from my baking sheet. I'm so glad I used some parchment paper because it really prevents it from sticking. And then just gently place it on my little dolly line cutting board. Just like that. And then there we have it. Our delicious homemade apple strudel. So good, so delicious. And I can't wait to cut in a piece of this and serve it with some fresh whipped cream. It's gonna be so good. So, thank you so much for checking out this video on how to make homemade apple strudel. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I definitely hope you give it a try in your own home kitchen and that you definitely enjoy. Until the next video, it's been great seeing you, and guten Appetit. Tschüss.